Welcome everyone to the EUM 6.15 release webinar. A quick round of introductions. So Julian couldn't be with us today, but we have Denesh Sohan online. I'll leave Denesh, please introduce yourself.
Hi, guys. I am the Director of Engineering here at Xnet User Manager / Envision IT.
I'm Maha I am a Senior Consultant and a Project Manager on EUM. So today we are going to be continuing the theme of making Microsoft simple with all the features that are available in the Extranet User Manager. Today we're going to take you through the features that we made available on the EUM 6.1 release. These features really focus around three things. So the first one is the data room. And data room is really a secure place where you can store your files. We've made an effort in the EUM data room to make sure that the interface is a simplified interface, much simpler than what you get out of SharePoint out of the box. And we have, of course, multiple use cases that we support in data room. So we have an upload scenario where your clients or your customers can upload files that they share with you. You can have files that are available for download. And the interface is really seamless and very easy to use. Let me just quickly transition into demo and show you one of the data rooms that we have available. So here is the one of the data room implementations. As you can see here, the data room itself is a very simple interface. We have a panel for the requested documents. Users can actually have a list of documents that they would then upload as part of the data room functionality. And as soon as they upload the documents, these documents become available for display right here in this second panel named uploaded documents. The tools that we make available are very simple. We have a tool that makes sure that the users can update the document's metadata. We have a download icon. We have a link that goes into the Excel tracking and SharePoint. And the idea of the Excel tracking is that the administrators of the data room can actually specify what documents they want to make available or are requesting from their users. And because we're continuing the theme of making Microsoft simple, we don't introduce any new tools. It's really all the familiar business tools that users are used to. In this case, we're using Excel. And you can see here the template is a very simple one. It just you are able to specify the document type, whether the document is required or not, and of course some instructions on what the document is supposed to convey. The Excel template will then render inside the data room, and all the documents tagged as required will show up here in the first panel. The functionality is pretty simple. We can use this icon over here to upload a document. So here it's just a simple process of selecting a file from your desktop and making sure I'll select a couple of files over here. And you can, of course, tag them. Notice that the tags are the ones that are specified in the Excel templates. And then we click upload. The documents will be uploaded, and of course the time that it takes to upload will depend on the number of files and the I've been sort of logged off here, so let me just quickly log on again. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so we're back onto the data room. You can see here that we now have the refreshed Excel that gives you all the required documents, and the files that I just uploaded are now available through the uploaded documents. And of course, we can have the ability to download all the documents as well. So once the documents have been uploaded, administrators can then come back to the data room and download all the files. You can see here that the zip file is now available for me to kind of download to my local desktop, and then I can start working with the files that were uploaded for me. Next up is the user tagging feature. So we've made the tagging of users possible through the EUM administrative, through EUM admin, the administrative interface. We have, of course, for every client, the implementation, the tags can be completely customized. And for example, if you're running a conference, you can make sure that these tags are applicable in your conference scenario. So you could tag a user as an exhibitor or as a speaker. So it's really very dependent upon the customer implementation. And just to quickly show you what that member directory looks like. So this is one of the implementations that we have. This is actually our staff directory. You can see here that each member is represented by a card on the directory with their image, with their name and their title. And of course, the full bio comes up when you click on the user. And depending on the customer implementation, we can tag these users in member directory with the custom tags. This is a very simple process, and we do it right here in EUM admin. So if we go to EUM admin here and search for a user, I'll be able to show you how that tagging actually occurs. So the user search is coming up, and I'll select a user, say Amanda. So this is the edit a user screen in EUM admin. If I scroll down, we get to the tagging feature. So here we have the tags. And in this particular implementation, we had organizer, exhibitor, and speaker. But again, as I mentioned, these tags are completely custom to your implementation and can be customized according to your requirements. Once we have the user tagged, we can then save, and that tagging information is now saved inside the user record in EUM admin.
Right. And how does all this get driven? We've actually made some changes to the backend from previous releases to at least make it simpler for our clients to customize the product. So I'm just going to take over the screen share here, Maha, to
Sure.
kind of dive into that. So prior releases, the user attributes mapping and the group attributes mapping were a JSON element that you would update within the configuration lists, the EUM configuration list and the configuration site. We've decided to change that structure and actually use lists instead. So you would see all the same properties here. If you want to add a new property for a user, you would just add a new item. We've also simplified how items show up. So we no longer have the visible or hidden field anymore. It depends on the sequence you specify. So if you specify a number for the sequence, it's ordered by that, as well as if you leave the sequence blank, that means that that particular field does not show on the UI. This is true for the EUM admin interface. Depending on the implementation for Portal, it may or may not show. Likewise, all the same columns are available to you, and you can specify which column is available in the publisher directory, which Maha had showed, and what that actual column name is going to be. And one of the new features that we do have is now the import-export sequence. We will talk more about that in our next webinar. So for user tags, you would see here we do have a tags column, and it's a choice multiple. And this is a new feature we've added in this release as well, where you can have a multiple choice or a single choice. And how these are configured is that they actually have additional lists within the configuration site, and you specify the display name of those lists. So for instance, user tags, we have a list called user tag. And if I go back to the site contents, I can find that list called user tags. Sorry, here, just looking up the user tags list. And you will see that the same drop-down that Maha had selected in the EUM admin interface is available here. So you have the organizer, the exhibitor, speaker, and attendee. We do have a value column and different labels for English, and then but that's generally how the choice lists are separated. Back to you, Maha.
Thank you. Let me just share my screen again. Regarding our deployment schedule, this release went out on September the 15th and is available through the EUM website and of course available for customer installations. Our customer success team is going to be contacting our customers throughout October to arrange for upgrades. In the meantime, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us at inquiry@extranet.usermanager.com. There are also some related resources available. So we have a webinar, Mastering Secure External Sharing in Microsoft 365. We have both the recording and the deck available for your review. There's also a related article, Simplifying Secure External Collaboration with Microsoft 365. And as usual, we encourage all our customers to follow our page on LinkedIn, and we have the link right there. So thank you very much for tuning in to the Dev 6.15 release, and looking forward to seeing you again in the next release.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.